Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakakwadash. And I'll say it again. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the bishops, and the elders of GMS, who rules well. Peace and salutations to the elect. My name is Aina. The title of the video is U.S. under Trump can no longer be considered EU ally. Right, and this title is taken from a direct quote from this guy here. Let's look him up on Google or whatever. All right. It says Joseph Borrell is a Spanish politician and diplomat who served as the High Representative of the European Union for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy from 2019 to 2024. All right. So basically, he's involved with the EU. And he's saying that under Trump, EU can no longer be considered an ally, of America, and this was always prophesied to happen. It's written all throughout the scriptures, and we're living it out now in these last days, right? So we're blowing the trumpet, because scriptures say when all these things begin to draw near, then look up because when these things begin to happen, then look up for your salvation draw near, right? Let me grab this and look that one scripture up. It's Luke. I'll grab it real quick. Luke 21 and 28. Says the return of Yahweh Shai, right? And that's what's fastly approaching because Esau is the end of the world, right? Was it Second Ezra 6 and 9? I'll go to that after that, probably 9 and 6. Let's see. All right, so Luke 1 and 28. Just get to the point. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads for your redemption draweth not. So basically all the effects and the signs, the tokens, right? Everything is written in scripture. It says here in 2 Ezra 15 and 1, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Shai, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. All right, so we understand that they're faithful and true, and these things will come to pass, right? And that's what we see them playing out here in these last days. Yeah, all right. 2 Ezra 6, verse 9, it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of the fall. Right, so these are the effects and signs of the end. All right, Esau bringing his kingdom to an end. This cruel Lord Donald Trump rule, right? Having no wisdom. It says that the Most High Yahweh Bashmi Shai will take away the council, right? And the council is causing these other nations to, not listen no longer. They don't want to listen to what Trump got going on and the choices and the things that he's doing. Nero 47. You get to the point here. It says Isaiah 19 and 3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, right? Babylon, America, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards. It says, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of the cruel Lord. That's Nero 47. And a fierce king shall rule over them. Nero 47. Saith the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Shai. Right. So what's happening is Nero 47 is making moves that these horns don't agree with, right? Because it was only meant to be for a certain period of time, right? The scriptures say the Most High Yahweh Bashmi Shai set the bounds that he cannot pass, right? So his days was always numbered, to a certain period of time. And I'll grab that precept. I know it's in Job. He's like 4 or 14. I'll grab it after this, but these horns were only when these horns of the NATO and the EU, they were only given to America for a period of time. Where is that? To do his will. You right here, right? Revelation 17 and 16, it says, "In the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. For Yahweh hath put it in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, unto the words of Yahweh shall be fulfilled." And ultimately, America going out and taking over as, as the revived Roman Empire, conquering all the nations and dominating and things like that was his will, right? He did it with his vassal states. But now the Most High is going to complete the other half of that, which is them turning on America and burning her with fire, being joined unto Russia, right? And we see that this is what they're talking about, right? Because, like I said, they were only given a certain period of time to do their wickedness. The scriptures say that he shall be loose for a little season, right? That's the revived Roman Empire, right? And they have completed their season, and now their time is up, right? We have the knowledge, we have the understanding of who we are. We discontinued from who we were as a people, but now we have the knowledge pursuant to Ezekiel 38. We've woken back up to that fact of who we are, right? And we're spreading the knowledge to the four corners of the earth, right? The whole world is hearing this message, right? The shaking of the hand of the Lord Yahweh through the mouth of his prophets. And now, the census thing is going out, and the judgment soon follows, right? Job 14 and 5, it says, I'll start at 4. Job 14 and 4, who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. Yeah, that's why the scriptures say, can a leopard, change his spots, or Ethiopian his skin? Then let me grab that real quick. Jeremiah 13 and 23, it says, can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil? Right, this devout person, Esau Edom, he's been revealed in these last days, right? To be basically not right. He cannot rule. That's why Ecclesiastes chapter 10 say what it say, right? He's an unprofitable ruler. All right, the Most High Yahweh needs to set up one that is profitable. Right, scriptures say when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn, but when the righteous bear rule, the people rejoice. Roughly paraphrasing scriptures. Job 14 and 4 says, who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. Seeing his days are determined, the name of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Turn from him that he may rest till he accomplish as an hireling his day. All right, so he has done what he needed to do, America, right? And it's finished. And ultimately, this ends in war. And that is the end. That'll be World War III, right? Revelations 11 and 14, the third war coming quickly. And that's where we're heading, right? Because the war is already brewing, right? Israel is, doing this, that, and the third, basically dragging out America to the battle, to the war, right? You got Ukraine, those are small hats. You have Israel itself, of course, those are little hats, right? These are the cosplaying Israelites in our land. So yeah, these horns have done the will of the Father Yahweh Bashmi to be joined with America, but now they're fighting back. They're plotting and laying schemes. And before I get this, we grab Obadiah 1 and 7 NLT. Right? They don't like how this devil is moving, so they're gonna do something about it. Obadiah 1 and 7 NLT says, all your allies will turn against you. So this is directly to America, right? They will help to chase you from your land. They will promise you peace while plotting to deceive and destroy you. Your trusted friends will set traps for you, and you won't even know about it. So this is happening, and you can see that it's going to happen by what they're saying. So this is EU. All right, so it says here, and this was posted November 25th. It's November 25th today. It says U.S. under Trump can no longer be considered EU ally. Borrow, right? So November 25th, Europe can no longer consider the United States an ally after American President Donald Trump put forward his plan for the Ukrainian settlement without any input from the EU. So Trump didn't go to the EU or anybody, of his allies regarding the plan that concerns them also, because Russia is close to them. So Trump did this by himself, and they're noticing this, right? And they're upset about it. It says, as evidence by the 28-point plan for a Ukrainian settlement, the United States under Trump can no longer be considered an ally of Europe, which is not even consulted on issues affecting its own security, he wrote on X. See, so they're not consulted about what's happening around them. Trump is just making moves without the care of them. And that's why he's that cruel lord, the cruel king, because he obviously is ruling over EU, NATO, right? Because the Most High gave these vassal states into the hand of America, but he's no longer caring about them and their feelings are hurt. It says, according to Borrell, the EU should recognize the shift in American policy and respond accordingly. He added that trying to appease Trump has failed, conceding to his demands in the areas of military spending, digital, what is this? Deregulation. Right. So in the areas of military spending, digital deregulation, right? That's the AI, unregulated, because they moving with great speed because they got short time. Revelation 12 and 12. Multinational taxation and energy supplies have come to nothing, Barrow wrote. Last week, Washington put forward a 28-point plan for the Ukrainian settlement, which caused this discontent among key partners in Europe. It says on November 23rd, the United States and Ukraine held consultations in Geneva on Washington's plan. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio called the meeting the most productive since the start of the conflict. Later, citing a source reported that the negotiations were tense, with Ukraine insisting on changing the plan. Earlier, this is a news outlet or whatever. It says, citing sources, said that U.S. Army Secretary Daniel Disrael would present Russia with a 19-point Ukrainian settlement plan instead of a 28-point initial document at a meeting in Dubai on Tuesday, which Russia is not filling that 19-point plan already. So when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction comes upon them. Right? It says the Financial Times reported that the plans for the American minister trip to the UAE included a meeting with head of Ukraine's military intelligence, right, listed in Russia as a terrorist in extremis. So this guy, Kirill, that he's going to meet with is listed as a terrorist in extremis in Russia. It did not say whether Driscoll would meet Russia and Ukraine simultaneously. So EU is upset, right? And pretty much we knew that these things will happen. So I think that's it. All right, let me grab this Second Thessalonians, First Thessalonians. First Thessalonians 5 and 3, because this was their peace plan, right? And it's falling apart on them. All right, First Thessalonians 5 and 1. But of the times and seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as to dwell upon a woman which howling they shall not escape. All right, so a shalom to those elect, which consists of men, women, and children, shalom.